Hey everyone, I just wanted to do a quick review on this Tokarev holster that I ordered off of Amazon. It's from a company or seller on Amazon called Cal38. I don't know if you can see the imprint in the leather there. It states it's handcrafted leather holster. My first impressions on this when I got it, I was really impressed in the stitch work and the quality of the leather. It's definitely real leather, and as you can see, there's a nice little imprint of the gun on the outside, so that the gun itself will actually fit very nicely inside of the holster, being that it's been shaped specifically for the Tokarev series, 33s, M57s, whatnot. The snaps on the end, and it does have a stirrup, loop, whatever, for the rear of the gun. They're all metal snaps. It's got two different snaps there, so if the gun sits a little lower inside of the holster, you don't have to worry about there being a gap between the rear of the firearm and the loop there on the holster. In the description for this holster, it states that it's right hand, but when I got it, the ears for the belt were actually, they were straight up and down, so I'm assuming that you could wear this left or right-handed, and it wouldn't make a difference as to, the comfort and fit on your hip. It's also lined with, let me see if I can get a little bit of light in there. It's also lined with velvet, so that you don't have to worry about anything on the inside scratching the bluing on the gun or anything like that. It's very nice and soft on the inside, I have worn this a couple times on my hip with a belt, and I can say that the holster itself is very slim. It's very comfortable. The gun itself fits in very nicely. It's nice and tight. There's no wiggle. There's no, issues with the gun fitting inside the holster. I think I paid $40 even for this off of Amazon. I received it in a week or less. The man that makes these actually lives in Turkey, so the fact that I got it within a week was really surprising to me because, being all the way over in Europe. What else can I say? It fits really nicely on the belt. I actually put a belt through this and let it sit for 24 hours so that it would kind of wear itself, into that curved shape and fit around my hip nicely. And it's easier to slide a belt through there now, seeing that the ears themselves are kind of worn to a belt. Nice little designs there on the snaps. All real leather, all hand stitched, very nicely done. Let me slide this Tokarev of mine into here so I can show you how it actually fits. Give me just a second. So there's my Tokarev sitting inside of this holster. It's it's almost a perfect fit, honestly. It really is. It's not too tight, but just tight enough. And if the gun were to wear out the holster itself, I believe that's why that second snap, the lower snap right there, was put on there, was so that if the holster does begin to stretch and wear, the gun will sit lower in the holster, but it's not a big deal because that second snap there will kind of take up the gap between the loop and the rear of the slide there. So it's a really nice fit. The trigger guard, the mold and the trigger guard right there on the holster itself, the trigger guard on the gun is actually sitting right where it's supposed to be, right there in the angle right here. It's actually in there. So I mean, if that doesn't say anything in itself, then I would definitely recommend this piece. $44 for a handmade leather holster is a sweet deal, considering to buy something like this here in the United States, it would cost well over $40. I mean, the quality is just outstanding. It's very impressive. I was extremely impressed with the quality of this. When I got this, I wasn't really sure what the second snap there was for, so I actually did push the gun down a little farther. It really doesn't fit that much different. I mean, it's a little tighter, and the end of the barrel and the slide and whatnot does stick out past the end of the holster there just a little bit. I'm going to slide it down there so you guys can see what that looks like also. No, there it is. Just sticking out maybe, I don't know, a quarter of an inch or so past the end of the holster. You see, I got it snapped into that second snap there, and it's pulled all the way back against the loop, you know, so it's definitely, it's not going to go anywhere, that's for sure. The mag release, you can see, is a little bit covered up now, whereas when I had it on the first snap, it was still totally exposed, which, I mean, that's not a big deal, but, you know, just pointing it out for anybody that might have wanted to see that. And then you can see the trigger guard is moved down a little bit. It's not all the way up here, but rather like halfway down between where it curves at the bottom and then flattens out at the top. It's about right there. So not much else to say. I mean, it's a really nice piece. It fits very well. It's very tight, very snug, very slim. It's not bulky whatsoever. It's very easy to conceal. It's very comfortable. I have had no issues with this holster whatsoever. So, if you guys are looking for a really nice Tokarev holster, I'm assuming that this, I know for a fact this fits at least 3 different models. This one right here, mine is an M57 Yugoslavian. So it'll definitely fit an M57 and probably a, I think it's the M70A, the Tokarev that was converted to 9x19, because I'm pretty sure that they're practically the same exact gun. I'm going to try to put the link somewhere on the YouTube description for the page where I got this off of Amazon. So, there you go. Thanks.